Okay, so since the last time, I went ahead and launched Kender's Ride. Just another, well, yeah, another one Kerbal pod. Okay, well, we made just a couple of very small modifications to, you know, a couple of issues that showed up, like this docking port being upside down. We launched it, we put it into a circular orbit, and we matched inclinations with our friend Kender Rodriguez. That was all the boring part, and I didn't really feel necessary to record every detail of that. So now is the maybe more interesting component, trying to figure out the best way to get this vehicle into a close enough orbit with Kender Rodriguez that Kender can grab hold of this vehicle and make use of it. This could be tricky. I haven't really tried this. See, we've got the Kender's Ride is in a circular orbit, and the height of its orbit matches the bottom part of Rodriguez's orbit. The separation over, 3,700 kilometers. My thinking at the moment is we're going to go round and round several times. The lander is going to orbit much faster than Kender Rodriguez is, and so eventually we'll have, if we do several orbits, and eventually it'll have a point down here where it'll be fairly close, and I can just, throttle up and see, even if they perfectly matched, if both Rodriguez and the lander showed up at this point at the same time, he's still got like several hundred more meters per second energy. So yeah, we'll wait until they're fairly close here, about at the same, close to the same time, passing through this same space, and that's when this thing will throttle up and attempt to match his orbit that way. This is my plan. So, I mean, it's just going to be a fair amount of fast forwarding. Yeah, see, there we go. See, that's closer over there. So we'll keep around and see what happens with the next time around. And he's all the way over there. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Several more orbits to go. Actually, coming to think of it, I'm just thinking about it. I haven't looked up any tutorials or anything on how to match an orbit with a highly elliptical orbit like this. But that seems like that should work. Yeah, burn here just to arrange it so that we both meet at this point at the same time. And then burn to match velocities then. That sounds like that would work. We'll look at it. If this doesn't look like a good meetup the next time around, we'll look at doing that. Okay, let's kill time compression at this point. And let's go ahead and set up a maneuver node right here at this point. Add maneuver. And we're just going to be burning prograde. Let's burn in increments of 10 right off the bat. See what this does for us. Okay, here's our intersect. Separation is increasing, but if we go... There's a point where it should be getting better. This one here. Now that's increasing as well. Maybe that's not working so hot, huh? How much... here's something I need to consider. How much delta V will it take in order to get... Oh, hey, look at this over here. Oh, no, that's what this is. How much delta V would it take to match Kender Rodriguez's orbit? It's pretty close right there. 650 meters per second. How much delta V does my vehicle have? 1547, so it takes not quite half. Okay. Oh, look at this. Separation, 49.2 kilometers. Okay, let's go to increments of 0.1. Oh. Would you look at that? And we end up... Yeah, if we do it that way, the next time around, then we end up being very, very close to matching his orbit. And we can fine-tune things from there. Yeah, this says we can get it within 400 meters. How about that, huh? I think I like it. The maneuver node system in this game, especially as amplified through some of these mods, you know, which I forgot what it's called, the precise node mod. It really is a good idea. It can take people. This is a system that can take people like me who, previous to picking up this game, had no idea really about orbital mechanics. I knew you had to go fast enough to fall around the planet. You know, but as far as ascending nodes, descending nodes, apoapsis, periapsis, no, I never had any idea about these things. I knew nothing about them before picking up Kerbal Space Program, and yet here we are. You can just play with the tools at hand and figure out how to match this. Of course, maybe patting myself in the back a little bit too early because we haven't done it yet, and there may be something, maybe something crucial that I'm kind of missing. We'll find out later on. Okay, so total burn time is 69 seconds. I'm going to actually wait. You know, a little bit less than half that, so I'll start at 30 seconds, because I expect that it'll change as we burn some of the weight of fuel. 646 meters per second, total delta V, and my vehicle has a total of 1547. Yeah. Keep on just trying to remind myself, trying to convince myself, but sure it'll work. Why wouldn't it work? You know, all my plans in the past have usually worked out, you know, eventually. And burn. Here we go. Okay, and we'll manipulate the throttle. Leave this thing pointing right here. Manipulate the throttle so as to end this burn at 30 seconds on the other side. Actually, we may not have to change anything. Keep it pointing at the right spot. It's kind of drifting off my blue dot a little bit. You can see our velocity vector isn't lined up perfectly. Okay, but we can make this work. Yeah, looks like I won't have to adjust the throttle any to make this work. Oh, I actually went a little bit too far the other side. Here, let's just try and be extra nifty about it. RCS that backwards. Gonna zero it out. Yep. Yeah, about like that. Good. Okay, cool. Well, I hope that worked correctly. If it didn't, that was a huge expenditure. Okay, let's kill this maneuver node. Thank you. Ooh, wow, alright. So there's periapsis. That doesn't look particularly close right there, does it? In any case, our lander has just a slightly lower orbit than Rodriguez, so we should we'll catch up to him over time. .1 meters per second. That's what we're aiming for. Okay, we'll try this again. Another near approach. It is really, I don't know, it seems kind of outrageous that one little space station, not even a particularly large one, exploding could put so much debris. But then, yeah, we're all at the time coming into the same orbit, so it seems more common than it actually is. I see. So again, we need to get our velocity vector lined up. Not the nose, but the velocity vector lined up with our blue mark. Interesting that it doesn't just automatically. Alright, almost. Here, let's go. The remaining with RCS. Good, stop. And another thing going in within 2.3 kilometers. Wow. Okay. Kill maneuver node. Hello. That's definitely closer. Separation within 40 kilometers. Grief. I wonder, could I just... SAS is still on. Let's turn RCS on. What happens if I just thrust forward just a little bit? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I can fine-tune this. Oh, and back a little bit. There, like that. Okay, and turn RCS off. Don't touch anything for a while. Next time around, we should be able to match orbits a little bit better. Okay, cool. How much delta V does my vehicle have? 888. Alright, cool. I think at this point, I'm actually going to wait until we have this close approach. I'm going to switch over to Kender Rodriguez, and we're going to manipulate him to do these very fine moves to try and work with it from there. Try and kill relative velocity, rather than try and figure this out this way. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let's switch over to Kender right now. Switch to, thank you. Here's Kender Rodriguez. He's still very, very greatly enjoying his time floating around outer space, taking a look at all the bright, shiny stars everywhere. But he's he also, you know, he's a professional. He's been in contact with everybody down on the ground trying to help him out, and he does appreciate their efforts. That's right. Okay, so Kender's right. It's amp-amps, so they're like, it was like 2940, and Kender's is 2921. So he's probably going to plan on, yeah, he's going to have to thrust prograde with his pack just a little bit. But really, we're just going to work on trying to kill relative velocity. We should be pretty close once we get down there. Here, let's turn this pack on just to get him kind of aligned in the correct direction right now. Yeah, like that. That works out fairly well. Look at relative speeds at this point. Kender, 2863. Kender's ride, 2888. That's really not that much of a difference right there, is it? Just a few seconds will be there. Oh, hey, here comes the crazy piece. Zoom. Passing within 4 kilometers. I know that was with, yeah, pretty close, if you ask me. Well, here comes Kender's ride. Try and turn, kind of facing this thing right here. Let's actually try something at this point. I'm going to burn upwards and attempt to match it. Yeah, lots of juice left. Come on. It's slowing down. Oh, it's definitely closer. This may have been a bad idea, trying to do stuff from Kender's perspective right then. Underestimated the dramatic difference in velocities. Here, face forward. Face prograde. Well, that looks pretty close right there, doesn't it? And still adds up to 200-kilometer difference on the other side. Go ahead and burn upwards, why not? Ooh, look at that. That's getting closer when I did that. How about that, huh? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That looks real good. Let's continue that. Let's burn a little bit more. Here, where is it? Relative to me now. Relative to Kender. Yeah, at the moment I'm lower orbit. But I just pushed my apoapsis up there kind of higher, so we definitely will have a point where we'll cross. I may have done it, overdone it. So, retrograde just a little bit. Yeah, okay. Alright, now, let's avoid some of this temptation. Let's go ahead and turn his pack off. Avoid wasting a whole bunch of stuff, and let's think about things some more. And there it is. There he is, just 8 kilometers away. Okay, so what point do our 2 objects' orbits cross? Here. And a maneuver node right there. Let's see what this does for us. And at that point, I'm actually going to burn straight towards... yeah, when I reach the maneuver node, actually a little bit before the maneuver node, I'm going to turn Rodriguez around, and we're going to burn like straight towards the lander. Turn your pack off. Oh, I hope this works. Close alarm. Okay, here, let's try this right now. Turn pack on. Let's get him just face directly straight at it. And burn towards it for a couple seconds. See what that did for us. Ooh. It's getting better. Oh, some of these problems with this maneuver node, I need to kill that, get rid of that. That's confusing things. Ooh. Ooh, how about that? Okay, ooh, that looks pretty good. Ooh, separation 3 kilometers? How about that, huh? Except we already left it way behind. That looks fun. Let's try something here. Ooh, wow, I should stop messing with it at this point, shouldn't I? Yep, okay. Turn your pack off. And this time we're going to leave it off. And you're 49.6 until we come around to this other close approach point. And we'll see what we can do then. Whew, this is frustrating. Maybe actually to be able to try doing something with it right now, a little bit before we reach it. Okay, here he is. Okay, we can see where our outwards cross over here. Let's try thrusting downwards again. Aha, ooh, that was a good idea. Downwards a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, that's everybody sit tight and see what else we can do. This is claiming that we've got an intercept set up within 100 meters. Appears to be drifting sideways a little bit. Let's correct this. Separation 0. That is a pretty exciting number. I like the way we've got it lined up. Planet, Kerbal, vehicle, moon. When we eventually get it to a point where he's looking straight at it, we'll be able to kill a relative vertical motion. Just make it all into relative horizontal, so that'll be good. I think Kender, for all that he is really feeling like a big change psychologically for having been beyond the walls and beyond the floor, the ground, which is this other wall, he is feeling very grateful, very much looking forward to having the ability to hang on to something again. Floating is fun for a while, but he does crave the sense of security that he thinks he can get from just attaching himself to a larger object. So he may still be out alone in the nothingness, but with something even if it is a false illusion of being a little bit more secure, still a little bit of security will be good to be attached to something. What you got left? 35% remaining in the pack. Oh, I wonder how much of that I wasted in just thrashing around, not knowing what I was doing. Somebody's really good at all this orbital mechanic stuff. Probably could have... Bang! There we go! Yes! Probably could have got it done with half the jetpack fuel. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Oh, wait a second. No, we see. We want to control from here. Oh, look, it's still... the docking port is still upside down. Okay. Wow, that was nerve-wracking. I am... I've been tense over this for a while. Oh, we got something done. That's probably... no probably about it. That is the most difficult rendezvous that I've done yet. And I'm kind of glad it's over. Look at that smile. Look how happy Kender Rodriguez is. He is absolutely loving it and having a great time. So, okay, so he's docked. He's rendezvoused with this thing. He's on his way up to the apoapsis. Let's do some time compression. See, he gets up here to about this point. He moves past it, and the guys down at Kerbal Space Center are radioing him. They were kind of expecting him to do a retrograde burn at that point to lower that periapsis down into the atmosphere in order to come back. They're like, hey, Kender Rodriguez, what happened? Why didn't you do it? He's like, no, it's okay. I don't really have to do it right then. I'm thinking I might... manipulate the orbit around this. I was kind of concerned that doing it from there may cause me to re-enter the atmosphere going too fast. I want to look at manipulating the orbit when I get down here to the periapsis, see if we can go for a circularization and then do a re-entry from there. I think I have enough delta V. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah, you should, if you want to change plans like that, you should keep us apprised before you do it, dude. He's like, oh, yes. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. But it gets to about this point, and all of a sudden, Kender decides he's going to swerve. He starts manipulating again. They're like, "Hey, Rodriguez, what you doing here, dude? You're pointing the wrong way. That is pointing prograde. That is not retrograde." Kender Rodriguez makes no reply. Do comm check. Rodriguez, comm check. Rodriguez, KSE, are you there? Until he hits right about 30 seconds to go. And throttles up. There's momentary silence from Kerbal Space Center, and then they're like, hey, what are you doing? Rodriguez responds, what does it look like I'm doing? I'm throttling up. Rodriguez, he speaks very, very calmly. He lets him know that, it's nothing personal, but he just doesn't want to come back to Kerbin. He says that they have plenty of people still remaining on... Ooh, I should have stopped then. Still remains plenty of Kerbal knots still remaining on Kerbin. And they'll be able to do good things. You don't really need him for this. Here, let's actually shut it down right here. Well, and now that he's definitely going exit, I really didn't know before trying this out. I didn't run the math or anything. I wasn't certain whether or not he was going to be able to hit any kind of an escape velocity. Kender Rodriguez has decided that he has places to be. That there is a great wide open sky out here, and it is a crying shame that no Kerbal has ever been there to really experience it. Oh, what's this? Another little chunk of debris. Kind of close. And so now that he has very deliberately put himself well outside the reach of anybody from Kerbin's surface, he's freely feels himself able. He talks to them about everything that he's seen, everything he's experienced, and he's going to continue to fly out here and just find out where he can go. He's still got some Delta V left. How much Delta V does he have remaining in this thing? Whoops, hang on. Wrong button. Okay, so he's got 536 meters per second remaining in the vehicle, as well as a bunch that's not accounted for, a whole bunch of monopropellant and what's in his tank. If orbital maneuvers of some sort become necessary out here, he's set to do it. At the moment, he's not really looking to intercept anything. He's very deliberately wants to head out here to deep space. At the moment, the plan, if nothing else, is he's just going to go up here towards the apoapsis and do a little prograde burn there, just to be certain to miss Kerbin. So he does not want to cross Kerbin's orbit again. Turn right side up. Come on. Still smiling? Yeah, still smiling. Look at him! And thus began the continuing adventures of Kender Rodriguez.